Hi and welcome. I'm Wendy and I'm so glad you've joined me for the ABC Challenge. Let me explain a little bit about how this came about. I'm really wanting to increase the number of YouTube videos I do, so I needed something to push me to really do it daily and to get to know the software that I'm using. So I thought, well, a month-long challenge daily would be pretty good. But how can I make it better for me? I have a tendency to jump around. I get bored of stuff after a couple days, and then then start something new. So for me, the alphabet left a wide range of possibilities. It could be whatever inspires me for that letter. It could be a technique. It could be a medium. It could be a style. It just really left a lot of variety. That's what kind of put me on this path. Hopefully you enjoy this challenge as much as I'm sure I will be. Be sure to like, comment, share. I'd really appreciate it if you did. And make sure to leave, if you have any questions or comments, I'll be happy to answer or respond to any of those. So for the ABC challenge, today's day A. So I'm gonna go with alcohol inks and acrylics, and mainly because I know watching one of Tim Holtz videos, he says that you need to use the alcohol lift ink on non-porous materials. But it got me thinking, what if, because acrylics, when they dry, are supposed to be like a plastic. So what if I try it on a regular manila cardstock? So I'm going to this is the 10-inch tag. So I'm going to be trying and see how, what kind of effect we can get with, it lifting off of the acrylic on the paper. And then I also found, how fun is this, Admit One stamp set by Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz. So yeah, let's get started. First off, I'm going to just, I'm just going to lay down some acrylic, and I'm just going to use my palette knife because I kind of want this really kind of one kind of where it scrapes and leaves a little bit of paper showing, because when I put the acrylic ink down, I want it to get into all these grooves. So get some good textures in there. That should be good, and I'm hoping that when I add this, then whatever, these ticket stamps are only going to come off of the pink area. So let me give this a dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to add some stream, and I've just got one of the new ones here, the new little round applicators, and I'm just going to start. Okay, how fun is that? Got some great tones going on in there. Now if I wanted to, I'm not going to add any of the alcohol blending solution because I really want where I lift it up to stand out. And if I add some of this, it might get a little too light. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. Give this a second just to dry. Okay. And I know Tim said that with the lift off ink, you really need to make sure that it's a clean stamp. So how I did that was, I cleaned this one already because it's bigger, but you know what I would do is I just take and lay, this is just alcohol, lay some alcohol down, and then just take and here's the trust your crazy ideas, just lay it in there just for a second or two. And I don't know if this is the right way, but I don't have any stamp cleaner at the moment, and I really wanted to use my lift off ink. So just go like that and then put it down and then just rub away. And there you go. And that's nice and clean now. So I'll be using that later. So let's ink this puppy up and see what turns out. So I'm going to ink this, and then I've just got a scratch piece that I'm going to transfer this onto. So let's see how this goes. And I think because I want this and I'm just going to go right in here. I'm just giving it some good pressure. Then stamp this off. Okay, so now I need to blot this off gently, so I'll just lay this over on top. You can see it's coming off, and then I'll just lightly start dabbing. And what you're looking for is to remove this excess, or not really excess, but the ink, because if you still have it on there, then when you go to rub, it's just going to rub all over the alcohol ink and just blur it. So you want to make sure that we get as much of this blotted up as we can. And if you see here, it's pretty much gone. I don't see any little pools of the ink, the lift-off ink. So, should be good. And then I've just been using, I've got an old t-shirt here, and I'm just going to start to lightly buff this. And I can see there might be a little bit more dabbing needed. just rubbing too hard. Let's try again. Ooh, look at that. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Look, you can see even where like it was pooling, or where it was a little darker, that still came through. Oh my, that's gorgeous. Totally the effect I was looking for, because here it didn't lift off here because that was strictly just the ink on the paper. But here where you know, the acrylics were, it didn't lift because there was no ink on there. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Now I think I want to just add some more down here. So again, we're going to dab, dab, dab. And you can see, just so you can see the pooling, there's the, see how it's kind of like pooling up a little bit right in here? That's what I want to go away. Okay, a little bit more in here. You can see that pooling's gone. So now I'm just going to rub again. I'm going to start out real lightly. Go. Woohoo! All right. Okay, so for the focal point, although I don't want to take too much away from it, but I decided I think I'm going to make up some flowers. I've really been on a flower kick lately and kind of get those to come around here. So I'm thinking with the color wheel, you kind of have, you know, you've got your blues and, you know, pink is a red, and so we're going to go, I want something to pop, so a yellowish, you know, somewhere in the yellow families. So but with those being so transparent, I'm going to kind of go opposite now. So I'm going to use some of the alcohol ink on the Yupo. and then I put, stencil through some distress paint and then get them cut out with the flowers. So let's get going on that. And I'm going to keep this here just in case I decide I want to add some blue. Get a new sponge. And I've got butterscotch. And some sunshine yellow. And then just so those blend nicely, I'm going to add some. And you know what? Why don't we add, I'm thinking maybe just a little sparkle. So I'm just going to add a little bit of pearl. And this one I gotta mix up. Just a little bit. Oops, some stuff got on there. I love how the alcohol inks just really not much of that pearl came out, so here we go. See, that adds a nice little shimmer. And I'm not wanting to cover up all the white because I'm going to be cutting them out. So that's good with me. Okay. And so I'm going to take and I'm going to use, I just want to add just a hint of the pink. So this is, what is this? 6, number 6. And actually, just because I can, I decided I'm going to use the script stamp and randomly just lift up some more of this ink just for another pattern to add on these flowers. Let's go here. Well, that was unexpected. We'll have to see what happens if that still lifts off. Looks like I had some blue on there left over. Could be interesting. And oops may turn into an artistic opportunity. Oh, we'll see. Okay. And I do have that on here, so I'm just gonna put that on my other sheet. And again, we can kind of see the color where it's at, but let's see what happens. So first I'm just gonna press off some of that extra, and then I'm gonna start dabbing. Okay, I think that's enough. And let's rub. Where's mine here? How cool is that? Gosh, I almost just don't even want to cut this up for the flowers. Look at that. Oh my word. Oh. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, well, I can always do this again, so I am going to cut out the flowers now. Okay, so I've got them all die cut, and I'm just doing some pen work here. So I just wanted to show a little bit. You can edge these with acrylic archival, but I also like to just loosely go, around the edges too. Just because these are kind of meant, to be free-handed, kind of funky florals, I just think it adds just a nice little touch. So here I'm just using a multi-ball pilot and just, like I said, just loosely going around. And I think it does, add quite a bit of difference. So like, something like this one. You could also use, let's do it on this one. You could also use a stabilo, and that works just as well too. And this one you just because then this will end up getting a center. I don't know what center I like, maybe this one. And then I'm just going to come back when I start to add these to the card. So I'm just coloring the paper dolls in the alcohol ink. You know, you can use the markers, but I just kind of wanted the same color. So now you just, less is more with the alcohol ink, and I'm just moving it around. Like I said, you could also use markers with this, the distress markers. I've used those before and they work great too. But since I had these out, I just figured I would use the alcohol ink. You probably won't see the shoes, but why not, right? I don't know what this is. And now just make sure, you know, you clean this up with alcohol. Okay, so I'm still feeling like it needs something else in here. So I think I'm going to pull the dots from here and add them just in this area here. So okay, and then I like to edge and complete. To me, this, if I'm using, you know, just edging this to the outside, just kind of, I guess, completes it, or I guess, you know, frames it a little bit. A lot of people, you know, have been doing stitching, but because I've got the line work on these flowers, I'm going to do it on here also. So I'm just again using the multi-ball, the Pilot. It's going to give me the you know, the thinness that I'm looking for. And then I want to hold it really loosely, and I want to get this really just kind of random kind of edging. And every so often, you know, I'm just kind of scribbling back and forth. Here you can be a little more precise if you're going to do the next line. Want to kind of have them cross over. There. See that? And sometimes, like today, I think I'm going to go in, I want just that thicker line. No, I don't. I want a bit of a thicker line, so I'm going to come in with my Posca, because it's got a nice thicker nib on it. And again, just go real loosely, kind of jump. I'm not connecting it, I'm just kind of adding that extra element. And carrying the dots into the border design. Okay. So now I'm going to glue and get my girls down. And I'm just going to do that with some glossy accents. Definitely want a bit of there. Okay, I'm going to start gluing. Okay, so this is all glued and together now. And so now there's a couple of the centers that I didn't, you know, add their little die cut piece to. And in one of the Ranger mystery boxes, I had gotten enamel accents, and this is in Wild Orchid. And it really does match this color close enough for me. So I'm just going to go in and in some areas, you know, just add this enamel accent. And this is coming out, I might have squeezed it too hard. But isn't that like a perfect match? Okay, they're dry. Now what I'm going to do is I decided I really like this to go like right there. I don't know, it just helps with covering up the legs. So I wanted to pull the blue back up a little bit. So I'm going to edge this tile. I think these are the Tim Holtz word tiles. And I'm just gonna edge this a little bit like you would normally do with archival, and you could do it with black or any archival. I don't have this in the blue though. There we go. I like that. So take and glue that down. Where'd my glossy accents go? Here it is. And there we go. Some great dimension there. I love that she's holding the little flower. Okay. So thank you for joining me, and I'm going to finish up with just some close-ups for our letter A. Thank you.